Hey guys, it's Megan. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and make the last 10 things video that I've come up with an idea for now, and I might come up with some more later. Um, I was sitting here brainstorming earlier, and I don't know how many I'm gonna do in this series, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this one now, and then maybe I'll do another one tomorrow, or maybe I'll come up with something else. This video makes number 80, so that means I got 20 more to go to my 100 goal. So, alright. Here's the list of my another 10 things that I enjoy or like or do. Hair color. I enjoy all the different shades and how you can go from looking really dingy to really vibrant, and then it helps make you feel good about yourself, and then you might put a little makeup on and get a little dressed up to go out, or something special just so that you feel beautiful, because sometimes they say that the quickest way to redecorate a house is to paint walls. So essentially, if you're redecorating yourself or redesigning your look, one of the quickest ways to do that, besides changing your outfit, is your hair color. So I've tried different shades. I've done a lot of red, some brown, some black. I've done a mixture of the others. I've had blonde highlights in my hair before. I've gotten some bad hair dye where my hair turns orange. That really isn't the greatest. I want it red. I just don't, excuse me, I just don't want it to be orange. I did one time, thinking for Halloween, I was like, this would be cool. I got colored hairspray. I got one that was black and one that was red, and what I wanted to do was like a easy French twist, and I was going to have like, kind of like, not Elvira, but kind of like maybe like red streaks or black streaks, and needless to say, that turned my hair very stiff, because I didn't take into account that it was going to be hairspray. I thought it was spray on hair color. I didn't know it was going to be all that sticky. Well, it was, and I washed it 4 or 5 times, and the bath water came out purple. And I think I still had the tint in my hair for a few days after, no matter how many times we washed it. I wouldn't suggest doing that if you're trying a quick look. You can get some of the demi-gloss stuff for your hair. I know Splat puts it out. I don't know if it's completely all permanent. You can get some that, you put on, and then maybe you get the stuff called Oops, and you can take it off. I don't know. And really what they say permanent really isn't permanent, because half the time it fades, and then I have the problem weeks after. I still get the different color in the shower water or whatever. Your hair grows out, so obviously if you have gray or whatever your hair color is, the color that you've colored it it might be permanent for that little bit of hair, but right now I'm kind of in between colors. I did get a box of hair color. I think it's like a medium to dark brown, which I'm eventually going to color my hair, but this time of year I have psoriasis, and my scalp itches a lot, and I start scratching it, and when I do, I get these little patches, so I need to wait for those to heal before I color it. Otherwise, the hair dye can get into it, and I can get an infection or something. Alright, number 2 on my list of 10 things. Romantic movies. I love romantic movies. A good love story, give me, something. I like the new ones where, I haven't seen it yet, and then when I find a really good one, I want to watch it over and over and over again. I like, most times that the guy's going to get the girl, or the girl's going to get the guy by the end of the movie, or the person they're with isn't who they're meant to be with, and the one that's there is the one they're going to wind up with, and, whenever they have that music that swells up, it gets me. I really, I'm a tearful one, or a sappy story where they win out in the end. I really love those. So those are things that I enjoy. Now, Jamie's not so much with the romantic movies. He would prefer stuff that was like medieval times, and some of the stuff like Salem, The Witch Show, and I know he used to watch a show called Constantine, and he likes Game of Thrones and the Viking, so he likes that type of stuff. The Hobbit, Planet of the Apes, which I cannot stand Planet of the Apes. I know he likes The Hobbit. I did watch the Lord of the Rings stuff. I just haven't really watched that. I'm not sure if he likes the Harry Potter movies and stuff. He does like some scary movies, but not the ones that are stupid that, it's like within the first 5 minutes you know who's going to die, in what order. You may just not know who the person that's killing them, but then you think you do, and I don't know, those are just dumb ones. Alright, number 3 on my list. I love old cars. Now, I'm not talking about, maybe the 1996 Toyota Corolla that could be in your driveway, or, the neon, Dodge Neon, or the 1994 Dodge Caravan, or any of that. I like the classic cars. I like the old-timey cars, the ones that people actually take pride in. I like the Camaros, the Corvettes, the Porsches. I like the pretty cars. I like the old cars that are making a comeback, the looks that they're getting with some of the cars now. I went out to see my mother-in-law a while back, and I noticed at the gas station that was near her house, at this car wash behind it, they had a car that looked like the sheriff's car from Andy Griffith from the town of Mayberry. And I thought that was the coolest thing, and I said the next time I go by there I was going to get a picture, but every time I've gone past there since, it's not been there. So I love the old classic cars, the, really cool ones. I like the car that's on Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that Coulson calls Lola. Lola. I like, heck, I even liked the Knight Rider and the DeLorean and, those type of things. If they're really maintained good, I just think they're awesome. I like them. I've always have. I like a movie with a good fast car, a good car chase, even some of the old cars. I'm a big Fast and the Furious fan. I've seen all the ones that are out now, and I'm waiting for them to release the new ones. So, I really love those. I love riding across a bridge, or, looking out into the water and seeing boats. And I even love it better when I can be out on the boat, whether you're fishing or just, floating around. And I've taken rides in Norway on a Viking ship going up and down the fjords. Our church did a retreat or something, and there was one time where they let me sit back where you had the crew that was rowing the boat, and it was really big, authentic Norwegian boat or ship or whatever you want to call it, and those things are hard. I have a lot of respect for the people that's their job. They just row it all day. I mean, here we have motorboats where you just, you have a motor on the back, you steer whichever way you want to go, and that's it. I mean, it's so great to experience something like that, and then go to the museums and see the Viking ships and stuff. Those are awesome. My dad was in the military, and I traveled around Norway, Germany, Japan, those were some places that we went to, and just all the different cultures is really cool. I lived in Turkey at one point, and Texas and Florida and Germany, and I already said Germany, and Virginia, and I've been through several of the states, mostly between like Maryland and Florida, or Maryland and Texas area. I have family scattered throughout, so I've been there. Alright, number 5 on my list, family time. family gatherings when everybody's together and you get to see the nephews and the sisters and the brothers and the, cousins and nieces if you have them, and just parents and grandparents. And I just love getting together with the family, and everybody's got their own little dynamic and their relationships, and it's interesting to see when we're all in a room together how we interact. But I notice a lot with my family where, and I'm not the only one that said this, that you guys can all be paying attention for the first hour or two, and then immediately when somebody pulls a phone out, whether it be to take a picture or something, everybody else does the same, and it's like that's how they communicate, is through their phones. And a lot of times it's hard to keep a conversation going because everybody's distracted by their own thing. I remember a time when even my dad never wanted a cell phone. Didn't want to be bothered by it, and now all of us have them, and it's like you have to pry the electronics away in order to spend time with each other to actually, pay attention. So that's unfortunate that that seems to happen. And then you have other sides of the family you go to visit where nobody's on their phones and everybody's, engaged in talking to each other, whatever. I think it's incredibly rude to be at a family gathering unless you're waiting for somebody to show up or somebody's having trouble finding the place or there's an emergency, to be sitting there, texting other people when you should be, hanging out with the family that's there. So it's a rarity that we all get together. Now, and my sisters and parents get together most Friday nights, and my brother's there sometimes, and I very rarely am able to make it there. So it's just unfortunate when that happens. Everybody's on their electronic devices and not engaging with each other, because then there's like months between visits and stuff. Alright, I really get excited about finding a good farmer's market that has a wide selection of produce and sometimes meats, but mostly produce. And I found one at the end of my road, and I went there. I've been there once this season, and I'll probably go back again. And I got really good produce and really good fruit and vegetables, and it was like $35 there. But that stuff was so good, and it's so healthy for you. I mean, there's so many different meals you can make with it and so many snacks you can have. And it's better to have that than to go eat the ice cream in the freezer or the candy bars from the store or the bag of chips that, could be on the refrigerator or in the pantry, or, Pop-Tarts and granola, fattening granola bars, not the healthier ones. So, I try to make healthier choices, but they seem to get away from me because even the fruits raise my sugar, so you have to kind of balance that, and it's a little hard. I really like swimming, but I'm not as much wanting to do laps and all that. I like to relax in the water. I like to float and just I like to feel the feeling of weightlessness and, taking the pressure off the joints and stuff, and just that calming feeling. I don't like to be in a pool with a bunch of, screaming kids that are running around and splashing each other, or a bunch of people. When we were on our honeymoon, we stayed at the hotel, or this resort, and there was one night we went down to the pool. I think might have been the last night we were there, and it was really quiet. And then there was a couple of kids that came through a little while later, but we did have a small window of time that was relaxing, and we could they had some waterfall areas, and it was just nice. And it's relaxing. It's a time to bond, and even if you can't hear each other from all the water running, you can at least feel like somewhat of a sanctuary. At least to me, that's what it felt like. Number 8 on my list. I really enjoy having my hair done. Now, what I mean by that is I enjoy going to a salon and having them wash my hair and condition it and massage my scalp and dry it, or cut it and style it and dry it. Now, I do like getting my hair colored, but sometimes it's too long sitting in those chairs, and I tend to start having issues with my back and legs and everything. And sometimes, being that I'm a plus-size person, that the chairs aren't wide enough and it gets incredibly uncomfortable. And I get a little lightheaded when they push you backwards into put your head backwards for the sink, but I mean, it just feels so good on your head, and I love the way the warmth feels on my head, and then just getting my hair done, and I mean, that's cool. Sometimes they put too much product in it, and it's not the way you'd style it, but you go with it until you can do what you want with it. Number 9. I really love soap operas. Right now, I am currently watching 3, and I don't know if you would call it that, but during the, I guess the fall-spring season, I watch a telenova type deal. It's called Jane the Virgin. It's like a soap opera. It kind of is. It's like a Spanish soap opera. So I watch that. I watch General Hospital, One Life to Live. No. I used to watch One Life to Live. It's, Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful. So I wish they'd bring back some old ones. I used to watch All My Children, One Life to Live. And before it got completely stupid and really completely bad, I watched Passions. Not that that was ever a good one, but my parents, my mom used to watch Guiding Light. My other mom would watch General Hospital, although my stepmom did watch it from time to time too. And over the years, the shows change, the characters change. All right. A few years ago, this will tie into number 10. A few years ago, it was Christmas night, I think it was Christmas night or the day after Christmas, and there was something in the air, and it started to snow Christmas night, and I started feeling funny, and my voice was all raspy. Well, I lost my voice the next day. I think it was the day after Christmas. And I said the snow started to fall on Christmas night, my voice was gone Christmas Day, and for a good 10 months, it was gone. I went through tests and stuff, and yeah, I had a cell phone before, and all we ever did was talk on it. I never had the component to text. Well, I got that, and I found that I really enjoyed texting, and over the years, I've kept doing it, and that's how I communicate with a couple of my friends during the day, is we text message each other. You get enough reception to text message, but not enough to hold a phone call, and it's easy just to send a little message to somebody. I mean, I have friends where we talk to each other all day and all night, and then we continue the conversations the next day. I must have, tens of thousands of messages from my best friend that's around here. She lives like within half an hour, I think, from me. And then, Jamie and I, we text, but not as much these days with his new position at work. He doesn't have the downtime to do it, but usually on lunch breaks we do. And we kind of used to do the speak texting on the way home, but now we start talking on the phone instead of texting. So, alright, that's another 10 things of my likes and interests. Give me some ideas on what to cover, and I will come up with some more. Like, fave, subscribe, share. If you want to know my YouTube handle, it's MeganShepherd81, or email me at meganshepard81@gmail.com. Thanks. Have a great one.